We've got the refreshed Honda Passport.
Oh, sorry. Let's go for a drive. We check your passport, please. All right, we're in the Passport. Andrea, what's under the hood of this thing?
A 3.5 liter V6 engine with a 9-speed automatic transmission, 280 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. In Canada, standard all-wheel drive, and in the US, you have a front-wheel drive base model available. All other trims, standard all-wheel drive.
Now, we did not talk to each other this morning about what we were going to wear, but we certainly look like we're heading to the cottage. I might be cutting some firewood. What are you doing over there?
I might be helping.
It was not planned, honestly. Yeah. While we're at it, what do you get with the Passport? What are the key standard features?
The base trim in Canada comes with an 8-inch touchscreen, a 7-inch driver information display, Apple Carplay and Android Auto, heated front seats, a 10-way power driver's seat with lumbar support, manual passenger seat, a heated steering wheel, a moonroof, a power tailgate, a spare tire, and Honda sensing safety and driver assist technologies.
Our favorite, Andrea, a push-button transmission. And what are we going to put it in?
You got to put it in S for subscribe. And if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the couple car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So please follow along, subscribe, hit the bell, but also on Instagram, it's Motormouth_Andrea to get a sneak peek behind the scenes. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below. This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below. Now, the reason I went like this at the beginning is because this is a TrailSport version of the Passport. Nothing mechanical changes. It's cosmetics only.
Yep, we've got it coming up in Questions, Coffee, and Cars. We have a follower who wants to talk about this, ask the question, so stay tuned on that one. So what's new for 2022? The big one is this new trim, the TrailSport that we're driving. All trims come standard with Honda's torque vectoring all-wheel drive and intelligent traction management systems. So whether you buy the base trim or you buy this or the top trim, you're getting all the same capability.
It's a cosmetic package, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The wheels and tires, you get sort of an all-terrain tire. They look nice and gnarly, but it doesn't affect the way it drives. In fact, this is a very comfortable vehicle for everyday situations.
Yeah.
Back to my point, a little bit boring, but it's going to do the job moving people around.
Yeah, super practical and versatile. It has a comfortable drive. I like the high commanding seating position.
Oh, wait.
The visibility is amazing. You look up and over the dash. It's something I'm really fond of.
Speaking of high seating positions, we're seeing it again. It's got something to do with Japanese car companies. It's the seat doesn't go down. It goes back and forth, and this goes back and forth, but it doesn't go up and down.
I know, and Zach, you're feeling pretty high up there.
Yeah, I'm up here in housewares again.
This TrailSport comes standard with 18-inch wheels and all-terrain tires. Now, the base model has 18-inch wheels and the top trim 20-inch, but in the US, your base model actually gets 20-inch wheels.
I think that's one of the reasons why it is very comfortable, is when you have a larger sidewall on an 18-inch wheel, it's going to give you more deflection and make it more comfortable. So the comfort side they've got down, the off-road side is not here. It's just cosmetics.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to go anywhere more than you would with a Passport or a Pilot. But Andrea, I will say, in the vehicle's defense, this is also the same platform that is used for the Honda Ridgeline pickup truck.
Yes.
So it was engineered to have some capability. So even though they didn't make any real changes mechanically, the basis of it is still very strong.
And the power from the engine, you never feel that there's a lack of power in this. We're on the highway right now. You gun it.
Sounds good.
Sounds really good, and just so much power for passing. You'll never feel that that's a problem with this. One thing I did find when you take those tight corners, that at times it does feel a little bit top heavy.
All right, I've been looking at this thing in front of the house.
Yep.
And I have my description of it.
Okay.
It's the old Honda Element went to the gym. and is bulked up. That's what it looks like.
I don't really see that, but I think that Honda has tried to make this a little bit bolder, a little bit more aggressive looking. They tweaked the grille, the front and rear bumpers. They give it bigger exhaust pipes. But it's not the prettiest thing out there.
No, it's the face a mother would love. But the wheels, for me, when I see it with these wheels, it looks like the Honda Element to me.
Yes, you're right.
I don't know why, but that's what it is. It's
with the wheels, yeah.
And that's and there's a perfect example of a company that totally pooched it. The Element was incredibly popular,
yeah.
And then they just let it die and it went away. It's like there was a perfect example of a vehicle that could have kept going.
Now this TrailSport model that we're driving has got the TrailSport badging. It has an even more aggressive grille and front and rear bumpers, but that's really all that you're going to get for extras. Then moving to the interior on this TrailSport, you get some orange stitching and of course some more standard features including a wireless charger, driver's seat memory, and heated rear seats.
This is a simple execution of an interior. Now, back to my point a moment ago, this is also shared with the Ridgeline. So if you looked at this in a unibody pickup truck application, you go, this is nice.
Yeah.
But for a midsize SUV, is this enough in this day and age? I don't know.
And there's a lot of hard plastic in here. You can hear me. I can tap anywhere and it's hard plastic. Now, the touch points offer soft materials. The heated leather steering wheel is all the way heated. We've got an 8-inch touchscreen, the 7-inch driver display, but nothing is really elegant in here or sophisticated. And the center console.
But Andrea, it's an off-roader. It's a rugged Honda that you can climb a mountain in. Oh no, you can't do that.
No. And the center console is well organized and simple, and it's got this huge storage unit. You could put your purse in there or your man bag. What do they call it?
A man purse.
Carrier?
A merce.
Man purse.
A merce.
You can put all that in there. Now it has the
Or you could
button.
take off your manzier and put it in there.
You could do anything that you want with that space.
Your bro.
The push button shifter is something that Honda uses quite often, but it's not like you've got some extra space in here with a floating center console, so they easily could have put a shifter in.
So when these push button shifters first came out, it was told to us, oh, it's to make more room, right? That space taken up by that shifter is no smaller than if you had a regular shifter.
Yeah.
It's just flatter.
For
but
sure.
I would take the regular shifter over that any day of the week. Now you do have the terrain management settings. You can go from normal, snow, mud, and sand.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, that's on all of these vehicles, nothing unique.
And it comes with a moonroof. It would be nice to see a panoramic sunroof in here just to upgrade the interior. One thing I noticed about the side door pockets, at the very bottom, the storage area is not very wide or deep. And on top, it does have a nice little layout with a tray that you can put your water bottle or other things you want to store there.
Andrea always goes through the best value trim. What is it in the United States?
Hey, I would go with the base trim for both. In fact, in the United States, for under $40,000, you even get more features than we get in Canada, like a wireless charger, driver's seat memory, power passenger seat. But I still think for just over $45,000 in Canada, the base trim is the one to get.
If you want space, this thing is enormous for a 5-passenger utility. You know why? Because it's based on the Honda Pilot. They take out the third row of seats and they give you a huge cargo area. We'll get to that in a moment. But the second row seats are enormous. Here's me getting in the back. There is an enormous amount of legroom and headroom. It's very comfortable, but it's only a 5-passenger.
And these seats, like Zach said, they recline and they also slide. The Passport doesn't offer best-in-class front or second row legroom. That goes to the Santa Fe.
So you're thinking, who would this appeal to? You don't get a third row, but you do get a lot of cargo space. So it's for people who really put a premium on the amount of stuff they can carry. And the cargo area is huge. Here's Andrea's carry-on and a cooler. It's so far back, it's in a different time zone.
I also like how the floor sits up a little bit higher, so it's easy to load and unload things. And there's also cargo space underneath the floor, which is where the spare tire is kept.
All right, it's my favorite time. Get to drink coffee.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
The new Passport looks cool, but how is Honda going to go up market and make this an off-roader as they claim they are going to do? You're right. Basically, this TrailSport is unique in its design, exterior and interior
It's
wise.
cosmetics only.
That's right. But Honda does say over the next few model years, it is going to upgrade it so that it's more capable with an off-road suspension and more aggressive tires.
So think about Toyota has TRD. So they're all coming out with these slightly more capable off-road machines, but this ain't it.
No. And
This is basically a regular Passport / Pilot.
Yes. Yeah, there's no difference between each trim here. One of our followers on Instagram actually had a really good comment this morning. He says, it's Honda's way of adding to the vehicle without doing something to worsen the reliability. How is the ZF 9-speed transmission in these? Are they jerky and lazy, as they say?
This has been an improvement over the years. So when ZF first introduced the 9-speed automatic, many brands used it. Jeep, Land Rover, Honda,
Pathfinder.
Yeah, with terrible results.
Yeah.
But over the years, they've improved it because the ZF 8-speed is one of the best transmissions on the market. But yeah, it's improved. You don't notice it.
I was really paying attention to this 9-speed, and it does shift smoothly and quickly. Maybe they'll go to the 10-speed automatic transmission. The Odyssey used to have a 9-speed, and then it had the option of both the 9 and the 10, and then it just went to the 10-speed. So I can see that happening in the Passport. We put out a lot of content each week on the Motormouth YouTube channel, and it's so easy to find.
All you do is go to the YouTube search bar and type in Motormouth, the name of the channel, then the brand you're looking for. In this case, it's Honda. Then all of our reviews and comparisons will pop up. It's that easy.
When will Honda upgrade their infotainment screens and make them larger? That's a very good question.
So the good news is Honda did listen years ago when they brought out the car we have, our Honda Civic, without a volume knob. So it has a volume knob. My biggest problem with this is I'm okay with the size of it, and there's no tuning button on the other side. Like we have this week at the same time as this is the new Grand Cherokee. It's $86,000, but it still has a tuning knob. Like these are things that work.
I think with Honda, and I'll use Toyota too as another example, they don't really update their models very often like we see with Hyundai and Kia and even Genesis. I mean, they're just continually updating and tweaking. And the thing about this model is that you can pick up that top trim Santa Fe for less money, and it gets a 10.25-inch touchscreen. So I think that if that's important to you tech-wise, then maybe this Honda isn't for you. Maybe you would go with the Hyundai Group instead, because they definitely have great tech, including digital driver displays.
And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
I'm done with Honda and Acura. No PHEV or full EV in North America. That's sad because I love Honda. I bought a Santa Fe plug-in hybrid.
Well, finally, Honda is going to be introducing the CR-V hybrid, at least into the Canadian market. It's been sold in the United States, but there's a new model coming for next year, and it's been announced that they're going to have the hybrid, maybe even a plug-in. So they're slowly, like really slowly introducing some new technology.
And I think a lot of people, like you said, I love Honda, but I want a plug-in hybrid or a hybrid, and so you went with the Santa Fe PHEV, which is another wonderful choice. Honda plans by 2030 to sell 40% of electric vehicles within their fleet, and by 2035, 80%. But we don't know if those are hybrids or plug-in hybrids or pure EVs. I would assume that this is going to be a hybrid one day, but mum's the word on that.
Hey, Toyota will sell you a Highlander hybrid.
Now, there's lots of competition in this category. Let's see what else you can buy.
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Toyota 4Runner. It has a 4-liter V6 with 270 horsepower and a starting price of just over $47,500.
The Jeep Grand Cherokee has a base 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 with 293 horsepower and an available 5.7-liter V8 with 357 horsepower and a starting price of $42,500.
The Ford Edge has a turbocharged 4-cylinder with 245 horsepower or a 335 horsepower twin-turbo V6, available only on the ST trim. The Edge has a starting price of just under $38,000.
The Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport has a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine with 235 horsepower, or the engine you should get, the 3.6-liter V6 with 276 horsepower. The base model starts at just under $40,000.
So there are 4 spacious, mid-size 5-passenger SUVs for you to consider.
All right, what's the ground clearance? What's the fuel economy? How much can this tow and what does it cost? The vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. The front-wheel drive model in the US starts at just under $38,000. The all-wheel drive model in Canada starts at just over $45,500, and in the US just under $40,000. The TrailSport that we're test driving is just over $49,000 Canadian and just over $42,000 US.
Here's the fuel economy. 12.5 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 9.8 on the highway. That's 20 miles per gallon city, 25 miles per gallon highway. All-wheel drive models can tow 5,000 pounds and have 8.1 inches of ground clearance. The warranty is 3 years with 60,000 kilometers or 36,000 miles. Lightning round. Two things we like to see improved.
I like the power in this V6.
I love the huge cargo area.
What I'd love to see an improvement is the tech in here. Give me some wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Put some trail in the TrailSport.
Comfortable, spacious, and it's got a lot of power.
Vanilla ice cream with a few sprinkles on top. That's basically what this is.
Orange sprinkles.
This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below.